Hello everyone, welcome to MBA Karo. So we have reached till part 12 of our daily drill. I'm sure you all must be aware of it by now. So we share the PDF of these questions one day before in our Telegram group, right? So you can join our Telegram group and you can get the access to that PDF. You can solve that PDF first and then you can come here for the solutions of those questions. So first things first, if you are new to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. Do follow us on Instagram. Do join our Telegram group. Do join our WhatsApp group so that you can get all the practice material and all the extra material that we provide on the Telegram groups and other groups as PDF. You can get them and you can start practicing. So this is the QR to our Telegram channel, and this is also the link to that Telegram channel. You can just pause the video, scan the QR and join that channel, join the group. So if you're preparing for MHCT exam, we have a crash course going on. The details are here, link is in the description. And as well as we also have mock test series going on, wherein we are providing 10 mock tests, right? So again, link is in the description box. You can take a trial mock, you can check your scores, and then you can understand how well you are prepared for the exam and analyze your result based on the mock that you are giving, okay? Right, so let's begin with our first question. So here we are given a paragraph, all right, and then there are some numbers which are there in bold, right? So these numbers are basically the blanks. And what we have to do is we have to fill appropriate words in these blanks. Fine. So first of all, let's just read this paragraph that is given to us. Let's find out what this paragraph is about, right? So, can an experiment conceived, carried out, and reported in a kids' speak with pencil colored figures and handwritten tables by school children aged 8 to 10 years get published in a highly rated international journal following a peer reviewing process? 27 school children from a primary school in UK have proved this is blank number 1. If a simple but scientific question raised is blank number 2 in a scientific way. Their paper was published in Royal Society's Biology Letters Journal. Their blank number 3 was that bumblebees can use a combination of color and spatial relationships in deciding which color of flower to forage from. Okay. Considering that our understanding of how bees perceive colored patterns and scenes is inadequate, this inspiring outcome has shown that school children guided by gifted teachers can think and blank number 4 out experiments like any hardwired scientist. For these kids, doing science changed their blank number 5 of the subject. Science also became cool and fun. This refreshing approach turns the spotlight on the best methods of teaching science. So now this was the paragraph that was given to us. Now the question that we are asked is which word should come in blank number 4, blank number 1. Okay. So where is this blank number 1? It is here. What does this line say? Let's see. 27 school children from a primary school in UK have proved this is dash if a simple but scientific question raised is dash, right? So what is this thing that they are getting, like they are getting their things is getting published in a highly rated international journal following a peer reviewing process, right? So 27 school children from a primary school in UK have proved that this is dash, right? So this is what? This is done, this is unlikely, this is potential, this is promising, or this is possible. So the most appropriate word that will come here is this is possible. Now what is possible? That their tables or whatever things they are preparing is being published in a peer reviewed journal, right? Like the journal which is being peer reviewed. Okay, so this is being published. So it is possible. How it is possible? Let's see. That's blank number 2. We have found out that we are going to fill possible in blank number 1. So this is possible if a simple but scientific question raised is dash in a scientific way. So when a question is raised, a scientific question is raised. So what that question needs to be, like what should we do to that question? Should we, like the scientific question is raised, is question in a scientific way, said in a scientific way, retorted in a scientific way, answered in a scientific way, or addressed in a scientific way. So, like if children are able to like prepare something which is being published in a peer-reviewed journal, and it is possible for them to do. How it is possible? When a scientific question raised by them is answered in a scientific way. The question that they are asking, it is answered properly, exactly in the way that they are asking, right? Enhancing their knowledge. Then it is possible that they are able to produce they are able to produce that work which is, it is so good that they have to publish it. So, question raised is answered in a scientific way. So, the correct word here would be answered, right? I think this is not that difficult. Then we have blank number 3. So, blank number 3, it says their dash was that bumblebee can use a combination of color and spatial relationships in deciding which color of flower to forage from. So, their dash was. So what did they do? Now I have repeated this multiple times that whenever you are solving fill in the blanks or things like that, where you have to fill in some information and there are a lot of sentences, right? Not just one sentence. So you also have to understand the context of it, right? So understanding the context of this blank number 3, because this blank is just after the first word of the sentence, right? Their dash was that, right? So we have to understand what they are talking about. So by like solving prior two questions, we have understood that they are talking about some work that these school children have done, and this thing has been it is going to be published in peer review journal. Okay. Now next line says their paper was published in a Royal Society's Biology Letters journal. So this paper that these children prepared, right, and these children aged between 8 to 10 years, they are preparing a paper. This paper was published in Royal Society's Biology Letters journal. Okay, so this paper is being published. So paper is what? It is a research paper. So they are doing some research. They are like preparing notes. They are trying to gain some knowledge, figure out certain things. So when you are doing research, their dash was that bumblebees can use a combination of letters. So when doing a research, what do you do? Right? What is the why do we do a research? Their question was that, their finding was that, their methodology was that, their result was that, or their studies was that. So when you are doing a research, you do research to find some things, right? So there is always a finding of a research, right? You find certain things, you do research to find some information, to gather some information. So their finding was that bumblebee can do all this, right? So research always has a finding. So you have to understand this thing. Research does not end in result. Research ends in finding. Understood? Next we have fourth blank. Now, fourth blank is here. Let's read the sentence. Considering that our understanding of how bees perceive colored patterns and scene is inadequate. So now whatever our understanding of bees is, it is inadequate. This inspiring outcome has shown that school children guided by gifted teachers can think and dash out experiments like any hardwired scientist. Right? So these children, what they are doing, if they are guided by proper teacher, like gifted teachers, if they are guided properly, so they can think and they can dash out experiments like any hardwired scientist. So what do you do to an experiment? You wage out an experiment, you create an experiment, you execute an experiment, you carry out an experiment, or you attempt out an experiment. What do we do? Carry out an experiment, right? We cannot wage out an experiment or create out an experiment or execute out an experiment. See the words which are being used here, the word play, right? So they can think and carry out an experiment or carry out experiments like any hardwired scientist. Understood? So correct word would be carry. They can think and carry out experiments. Next we are on fifth blank. For these kids, Here is fifth blank. We'll read this line. For these kids doing science, for these kids doing science changed their dash of the subject. So they are doing science, they are like carrying out experiments, they are doing like publishing research papers, right? Then next sentence says science also became cool and fun. So for these kids doing science changed their dash of subject. Option of the subject, lives of the subject, visual of the subject, demands of the subject, or perception of the subject. So for these kids, doing science, right? Whatever they are doing, they are learning, right? They are publishing their research papers. So doing science changed their perception of the subject, how they would perceive a subject. So when they are doing all sort of things, they are carrying out experiments, right? They are studying about different things, about different beings. So they are changing the perception, like the perception of the subject is changed, and now science also became cool and fun. So science has become cool and fun. So this is what? This is a refreshing approach. Turns the spotlight on the best methods of teaching science. So what is happening here? Perception is being changed, right? Not option of the subject or lives, visual, demands. Perception of the subject is being changed, right? So this was an easy paragraph, very easy, like very doable, right? I hope you got all these correct. So now the question is, choose the synonym for the word peril. Okay, so we have to find the synonym for the word peril. Now, what do you understand by this word? First of all, you have to know the meaning of this word. Peril means a dangerous situation, right? A situation that is threatening or a situation that is dangerous, right? So now we have to find the word that is synonymous. So we have options like justice, meanness, integrity, camaraderie. So it is derived from comrade. Okay. E is detachment. So this word camaraderie. Okay. So this is derived from comrade. This basically means team spirit. All right. So when like there is a large group of maybe teammates or people who are working together, and then they are friends with each other, right? So they are very like connected with each other. So this is what this word means. Okay, derived from comrade. Understand this with this. Okay, sounds similar also. Now justice would not be synonymous with peril. Meanness means what? Perceived threat or danger. Peril is also dangerous situation, right? So meanness, integrity won't be synonymous. Camaraderie, I just and like told you that it is more like team spirit. Okay, friendship among group of people who are working as a team. Detachment would not be synonymous for peril. So correct option would be option B, right? So if you are looking like if you want to increase your vocabulary, right? Many students ask me how to increase how to enhance vocab and all. So whenever you are encountering such questions, right? Synonyms, antonyms, these kind of words, these kind of questions. So write the meaning of this word first, right? You can also write two antonyms to synonym of this word, and then like for example, if you have heard this particular word in option D for the first time, write it down because this is a new word, right? And also understand, like I told you, that this is derived from comrade. So you also like figure out from where this word has been derived from where this word has been derived, and then you can like word by word you can like gradually increase your vocab. So it is a gradual practice, right? Next is synonym for the word criterion. Now what is criterion? It is a set criteria of something. When you set a criteria, what you do, you set a particular standard, right? Maybe for a, let's say, a recruitment process, or maybe when you are like, conducting a survey or doing anything, maybe you are just simply trying to buy your any item, right? You set a criteria like what quality you want, or like what brand you want, what company you want. So it is a set standard, right? Now we have to find synonym. So isolation is would not be synonymous for criterion. Persistence would not be synonymous for criterion. Trepidation, trepidation is anxiety of some or uncertain future, like when you are anxious about uncertain future. So this would also not be synonymous for criterion. Admiration would not be synonymous for criterion. Prerequisite. Now, what is prerequisite? Prior situation or prior condition. Condition required prior to this thing. Right? You might have like read this a lot of time, like prerequisite of this is. So it is also prior required standards. Criterion is also set standards. So the correct answer would be option E, that is prerequisite. Right? Now, antonym for the word insouciantly. Now, what is this insouciantly? What does this mean? Insouciantly means relaxed. Okay, someone who is very relaxed. We call that particular person insouciantly, or insouciant is basically in a relaxed manner, or a relaxed person. Insouciantly relaxed or unconcerned, or indifferent sort of. So now what is antonym for this word? Now when we are given a word that means relaxed, so we can easily figure out what would be the antonym by merely looking at the options, right? Necessarily, creatively, frivolously, anxiously, patiently. So when insouciantly means relaxed, what would be the antonym? Anxiously, right? Next, now we have to find antonym for magnanimous. What is magnanimous? Magnanimous means someone who's kind, who is generous, right? So for a word that means kind and generous, what would be the antonym? Unanimous, petite, feeble, timid, or selfish? Very easy. Not unanimous, not petite, not feeble, not timid, but selfish, right? Now, here, 4 words are given, right? So now, which of the 2 words that like are most nearly in the same meaning? So we have to find 2 words that most nearly are in have the same meaning. Okay. So now, instigate, inquire, construe, and interpret. Now, what is instigate? Instigating means to initiating, to start something, right? Enquire. Enquire means to ask information. All right. Construe. Construe would mean to interpret, right? And then we have interpret. So construe means interpret. Then like this D word is interpret. So which of these 2 words are like most similar in the meaning? Construe and interpret. So that makes us C and D. That is option C, right? So do like the session, do comment your score at the end of this video when we are done with all the questions. Do comment your scores out of 30. Do share this session with your friends, right? And if you haven't yet, do subscribe to our channel so that you do not miss any interesting video, any interesting topic that you are discussing here, right? And if you wish to improve your English, if you want to enhance your course in English, enhance your scores in English, we have a course of English grammar that goes by the name English Grammar Practice Course. We have 3 ebooks given in that course. That is, first is most important, 160 grammar rules. Like there are 160 plus English grammar rules, which would be very helpful for your error detection, right? Like and any other question of like whenever there is grammar related question where rules are required, so like now you will not miss any question apart from this. Then we have idioms and phrases. Then we have vocabulary. There's a handbook of vocabulary, goes by the name Vocabulary Powerhouse, wherein we have somewhere around 650 words written, and then each word has 2 synonym, 2 antonym, 3 usage along with the meaning of that word, right? In this practice course, we have 14 topic-wise grammar tests. We have 30 mixed tests. In all, it would be like 1000 plus practice questions. So you can definitely check that out. And you can give trial tests also. They are also available. Now the next question. Next question is, again, 4 words are given. 2 words we have to find which are most near in the meaning. nearly same meaning. So now, first word is appalling. Second word is sinister. Third word is perturbed. Fourth word is threatening. Now, appalling, it means shocking. Sinister. Sinister means someone or something that appears or that seems to be evil or dangerous, right? Perturbed means unsettled, right, or feeling concerned. That's why we say like sometimes that somebody is unperturbed. So what is unperturbed? That means that person is not concerned, not unbothered, right? So perturbed means unsettled or feeling concerned. Then we have threatening. So we know what threatening is, right? So sinister means seems something that seems evil or dangerous. Threatening threatening is something that is dangerous, right? So B and D are nearly same in the meaning, right? So correct answer would be option B. I hope there is no difficulty. Now we have this idiom given in bold phrase, right? Can we go out to dinner next week? Can we go out to dinner next week? I am on the borderline right now. So this person is saying that can they go out for the dinner next week, because this person is on the borderline right now. Or sorry, on the breadline right now. So what does this idiom mean? On the breadline. Option A says having little to no money. Option B says not in a mood to hang out. Option C says occupied with work. Option D says drained due to work. Option E says not keeping well. So on the breadline means having little to no money. So this person is saying that let's go to dinner next week because he or she is on the breadline right now, means he or she does not have any money right now, means have little to no money, right? Next, after trying to bag these individuals for months, we were finally able to bring them into the station tonight. What does this mean? Bag these individuals. Convince these people, arrest these people, find these people, contact these people, financially assist these people. So bag these individuals means, what is bagging? Collecting, not B-E-G-G-I-N-G, but B-A-G-G-I-N-G, means having in the possession or collecting, right? So basically arresting. So after trying to arrest these people for months, we were finally able to bring them into the station tonight. Easy. Next one is, the gloves are off now and we are going to do whatever it takes to win. Gloves are off now, right? So option A, time is over, situation has changed, tough situations are over, restrictions have been imposed, or people are now prepared to act aggressively. So when a person is wearing gloves, he is being maybe very sophisticated, not like getting his hands dirty, doing dirty work. But when we take off our gloves, we are literally ready to be like, to do any task that is given to us, right? Means prepared to act aggressively, right? So you can think about this in this way, that when you take out your gloves, you have to do a job, and when you take out your gloves means you are exactly prepared for that job, whether it is, and usually we take off our gloves to do some rough task, right? Maybe lifting something and things like that. So people are now prepared to act aggressively would be the correct meaning of this idiom. Understood? Next idiom is, she gave a run of the mill response to the interview question. Now run of the mill. Okay, so what does this mean? Remarkable response, arrogant response, ordinary response, quick response, or witty response. Run of the mill. Okay, so the origin is basically industrial origin, where run of the mill, run means all the product that is coming from the mill that is not being sorted yet. So it is like all the produce of the mill. So that means ordinary, I mean it is not sorted out, like what quality is like if let's say 10 product are being produced, like 10 products have been produced by the mill, so they have not sorted it yet, which like how many of are good quality, how many of are moderate quality, how many of are bad qualities, right? So run of the mill is ordinary, means like understand it this way, like thok ke bhav, if you are like like uh, producing something, as we say that there is this one than of cloth, so similar like that. There no speciality, nothing unusual, like ordinary, right? So the correct answer is option C. Now next, so it would be one word for a sentence. Person who is easily deceived or tricked. A person who can be or who is easily deceived or tricked. Option A is gullible. Option B is reactionary. Option C is spendthrift. Option D is pragmatist. Option E is discerning. So now we know that person who is easily deceived or tricked, naive or gullible, right? So correct answer is gullible, because reactionary is someone who reacts, spendthrift who likes to spendthrift, someone who would like to spend a lot, pragmatist, practical approach, right? So a person who is easily deceived or tricked, we call it gullible. Okay. Next, a person who attacks or criticizes the belief or opinion of others. Pacifist, iconoclast, philosopher, idealist or humanitarian. So correct answer is iconoclast. A person who criticizes the beliefs or opinions of others is iconoclast. Understood? Next. Now here we have to like find that this phrase that is bold, okay, whether this phrase needs any replacement or not, whether it is grammatically correct or not, right? So the sentence is, the management has left with no option else to change the branch timing to avoid losing business. So the phrase is else to change. So the management has left no option else to change the branch timings to avoid losing business. Option A is but to change. Option B is accept the change of. Option C unless it changes with. Option D other than the changing. Option E no correction required. So management has been left with no option but to change the branch timings to avoid losing business. So they have to change the branch timing. So left with no other option but to change the branch timings to avoid losing business. Understood? So this is grammatically correct, because you cannot fit no option except the change of the branch timing or unless it changes with the branch timing, not making any sense, right? Not grammatically correct. So correct answer would be option A, no option but to change the branch timings. Clear? Next, striking this deal will enable the company to expand its operations in Europe. Striking this deal is the bold phrase. So strike this deal, to strike off this deal, by striking this deal was struck which, or no correction required. Now see, in this sentence, it is grammatically correct, absolutely. So no correction is required. Understood? Next one. We have accepted over 25 crore rupees from them, yet it is being used to build hospitals in that in the area. Yet it is being used. So definitely there is this phrase is flawed. So we have to find which one can be replaced with this one. Option A says that is yet to use. Option B says although it has been used. Option C says not yet been used. Option D says which will be used, and option E says no correction required. So here correction is definitely required, and the correction would be, we have accepted over 25 crore rupees from them which will be used to build hospitals in that area. So the correct answer would be option D, which will be used. Right? Easy ones, not much difficult. So do like the session, do comment your scores at the end of the session, do share the session with your friends so that they can also get benefit of this one. And if you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. If you're looking for mocks for MHCT, you can definitely check out our mocks. A link is in the description box. You can take one trial mock. I'm repeating this so that see you can figure out where you are in your preparation, and you can analyze that mock and improve your preparation with this, right? Now, next we are given fill in the, this is the fill in the blanks, and we are given two blanks and few words. We have to find which option has that pair which will fit in the blanks. He received expert help dash his condition and an empathetic hearing dash the judges of the Supreme Court. Now he received expert help of his condition, for his condition, by his condition, in his condition. So expert help not for, by or in condition. Expert help for his condition, right? So we have eliminated three options straight away because one will not be fitting in this one. Like this part one, like this first word would not be fitting here. So first word that will fit here would be for. He received expert help for his condition and an empathetic hearing dash the judges of the Supreme Court. So empathetic hearing with the judges of the Supreme Court or from the judges of the Supreme Court. Empathetic hearing from the judges of the Supreme Court. Right? So expert help for his condition, hearing from the judges of the Supreme Court. Clear? Next one. Now, new policies dash significant improvement in the company's overall efficiency. Now we have five options: brought about, brought down, brought up, brought into, brought over. So now brought over is basically when you bring something from one place to another. So in this context, brought over will not fit in. Brought into is used when we introduce something new. Basically when we introduce a new law. So we are bringing in a new law or we brought into a new law. Right? So again, not going to fit in. Brought up, when two people are having a conversation and one of them brings up a topic. Right? So brought up a topic of discussion. Right? So here, just bringing up a topic would not be like introducing a topic into the discussion will not be fitting here in this context. Brought down, to bring down, to move down someone from higher place to lower place. Right? Basically degrading that person. So not fitting here. Brought about is basically to cause something to happen. So when these new policies, they brought about significant improvement. So they brought about means they caused significant improvement to happen in company's overall efficiency. Right? So the correct answer would be brought about. Explained you all the five options. Right? So make note down of these kind of phrases. Okay? So that you do not make any mistake later on. Next, tigers have a distinctive dark stripe pattern dash a light background dash white or golden. Tigers have a distinctive dark strip pattern in a light background on white or golden, on a light background of white or golden, of a light background on white or golden, with a light background on white or golden. So not in a light background on white or golden, not off a light background on white and golden, not with. It would be tigers have a distinctive dark stripe pattern on a light background of, so there is a light background of either white or golden, and then they have dark stripe pattern, right, on the light background of white and golden. So this is a background. There is a light background, either white or golden, and then they have dark stripe. So you can imagine a tiger. Background is either white or golden. We have white tigers, we have golden tigers, right? And then they have dark stripe, black or dark stripe. So either white or golden on the light background of white or golden, right? Next, customers dash are dash fast even in smaller towns in a rural India. So customers' demands are embodying fast. Customers' anticipations are altering fast. Customers' prospects are persisting fast. Customers' expectations are changing fast. Customers' dwellings are abating fast. So customers' dwellings are abating, demands are embodying, anticipations are altering. So this is entirely wrong. Even customers' prospects are persisting fast, even in small town. No. What is happening? Customers' expectations are changing fast. So, whatever customer is expecting, even in smaller towns, in rural India, these expectations are changing fast, right? So, customers' expectations are changing fast, even in smaller areas. That's what the context is. Now, very interesting question. So here I have like this, they have bolded these words A, B, C, D. These words are given. So now we have to replace these words, like we have to rearrange all these four words to make a like logical sentence. Okay, so sentence here that is given to us, there is dash, of course, the emitter that global warming objectives realization will be impossible to attain without the world's third largest elevation on board, right? So what should be the correct format? So emitter is someone that is emitting, like maybe gases or things like that. Objective, realization, we all know. Alleviation, to reduce the impact, right? So now we have to see, of course, the realization that global warming alleviation, of course, the realization that global warming alleviation objective, the global warming alleviation objectives will be impossible. Of course, the realization that global warming alleviation objectives will be impossible to attain without the world's third largest emitter. So if the world's third largest emitter is not there, the realization means bringing into the reality of the objective of alleviation of the global warming, right? Of the alleviation of the objectives of the global warming, like that would not be possible, right? So here correct would be C, D, B, A. C means realization, D alleviation objectives, and A is emitter. Okay, so easy one. Rest others will not make any sense. Next, we were arrived to the party and it was almost over when we late. We were arrived to the party and it was almost over when we late. So it was almost over when we arrived, right? So we were late for the party and it was almost over when we arrived. DBCA should be the correct one. This one is easy. DBCA, we arrived late. We were late for the party and it was almost over when we arrived. Next. Now, here what we have to do, we have to match phrases in column 1 and 2 to form a grammatically and contextually correct sentence. Now, you have to understand this very carefully. The sentence has to be grammatically and contextually correct. Okay? Now, Leonardo da Vinci was born in 1452 in Vinci. Right? Now we have to find which should go in this one. The society have hastened the spread of use of drugs and 120 daily domestic flights to fly international, a small village in Tuscany. A small village in Tuscany, that is Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci. So Leonardo, the means of, Vinci is a place. So Leonardo of Vinci. Leonardo da Vinci. Vinci is a place. It was a small village in Tuscany. So A and F would make a grammatically correct and contextually correct sentence, right? So we are ruling out all the other options that does not have A and B. A and F. Next, Indian rules say an airline has to have 20 aircrafts. The society have hastened the spread of use of drugs and 120 daily domestic flights. So talking about aircrafts, airlines, talking about domestic flights to fly international. Correct? Grammatically correct? So B and E. Now next we are left with C and D. Now let's read this. At a still deeper level, the society have hastened the spread of the use of drugs. Now see, we can make a sentence out of this also, right? But what is the question? You have to make a sentence that is grammatically and contextually correct. Your sentence has to be grammatically and contextually correct. Here, at a still deeper level, society has hastened, not have. Or societies have would be, but society has hastened the spread of use of drug. So this is not grammatically correct. That is why we are not including C and D in our correct answer. So the correct answer would be A, F and B, not only A, F. Understood? So this is how you are going to do this question. Read carefully. The instruction, you have to read them very carefully. Okay. Next one. TRPs do not always spike a sensationalism and orthodoxy already known to an enlightened few whose job is to inform everyone else. Okay. They respond to authentic, newsworthy content. It is now a battle of ideas and ideology. So, TRPs spike on sensationalism. They respond to authentic, newsworthy content. Who respond to TRP? So, A and E are there. So, we are going to remove other options where A and E are not there because we are pretty sure that A and E is correct. So we are, by eliminating, we are left with one option, but let's see, but we'll also see this. Beyond big profits and advertising money, an orthodoxy already known to an enlightened few whose job is to inform. So big profit and advertising money is not an orthodoxy, so D will not go with it. F, beyond big profits and advertising money, it is now a battle of ideas and ideologies, right? So B and F goes correctly. Then let's see C1. Truth isn't a process of collective discovery but an orthodoxy already known to an enlightened few whose job is to inform everyone else. So this is also correct. C and D is also correct. So the correct answer would be where we have A, E, B, F and C, D. That is option D. So understood how you are going to solve these questions? You have to read the instructions very carefully. Grammatically correct and contextually correct. This is what is needed. Next is parajumble. Right? So, parajumble. A1 sentence A says, I'll just read the sentences first and then we'll solve the parajumble. Sentence A says, this role has honed my skills in sales, customer relationship management and market dynamics. So this role. So means there has to be something prior to this. B says, I hold a Bachelor of Pharmacy degree which provided me with a solid foundation in pharmaceutical science and industry knowledge. C says, currently I am employed at Intas Pharmaceutical where I have successfully driven a 19% year-on-year growth in my territory. Right? Then D says, since graduating, I have acquired 28 months of work experience as a medical sales representative. Now, role is this that he's currently working with. So C and A would be like go like this. So after C there should be A. So we have to find these options where after C there is A. So ruling this out, this has CA, 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 CA. Okay. Next, we have to find like what other like sentences we can club. I hold a bachelor degree of pharmacy based pharmacy. I hold a bachelor degree of pharmacy which provide me with a solid foundation in pharmaceutical industry science knowledge. Since graduating, I have acquired 28 months. So now first he holds a degree, then he's giving the like further things that after graduating what he has been doing. So BD and then CA because BD would be what he has been doing like graduation, what he did after graduation, medical sales representative, then current job and then what he is doing in that particular role. So BDCA would be the correct order. So I hope I'm very clear about this. Right? So let's move on to the next question. So let's move on to the next question. Next question is again parajumble. Okay. Let's see the parajumble also. They argue that patient might consent. They argue that patient might consent to being deceived without being told what they were being deceived about. So they argue. Okay. B says, B says, I don't find their argument convincing. So I don't find their argument convincing. C says patients might be told something like, you should be aware that the investigators have intentionally left out information about certain aspects of this study. D says Wendler and Franklin Miller argued that patients can be deceived if they agree to be deceived. Now see, first of all, let's find out sentence which sentence sets the tone of this entire passage or paragraph, whatever. Sentence D does. He's introducing Wendler and Franklin Miller argued that patient can be deceived if they agree to be deceived. Right? So they are arguing something. Understood? So now first of all, let's find out which option has D first. So not B, C, D. So these two have D first. Afterwards, Wendler and Franklin Miller, that patient can be this. Then I don't find their argument convincing. So they have not argued yet. Just, okay. Patients might be told something. Again, we are not going to put it after D. Then after D, what should come? They argue that patient might consent. So who are they? Wendler and Franklin are they. So they argued, right? So again, DA. Then they argue that patient might consent to being deceived without being told that what they were being deceived about. So patients might be told something like, so what? How are they being deceived? They are being deceived. How? They are being told something, right? So C. Then I don't find their argument convincing. So whatever patients are being told, they don't find, the particular author does not find their argument convincing. So DA, CB would be the correct order, right? So you can just trail down the words and then you can find the correct order. So I hope you by now you must have checked your scores, right? So comment your scores out of 30, how many you are how much you're scoring, and also find out the areas where you are finding difficulties. Okay. So like most of the questions where you are getting wrong, work on that particular area. Okay. So we are having this drill, right? Every single day we have this 30 days drill going on. So best way to prepare for your exam, like best way to revise for your exam, comment your scores, figure out your scores and analyze it, okay, so that you, by the time you are sitting for your exam, you are very well prepared. Now if you want to get hands on the daily drill PDFs, please join our Telegram group, scan the QR, right? I told you in the beginning also, you can pause this video, scan the QR code, join our Telegram group and get hands on various PDFs like vocab powerhouse, idiom phrases, other PDFs, drill PDFs, anything that you want, whatever is available there, you can check that out. If you are preparing for MAHCET and you are looking for a crash course, check this out. The link is in the description box. Mock test link is also there in the description box. Again, I'm saying give a trial mock, right? Check your score, check your preparation, analyze your weak areas and work on them, right? Everything, link is in the description box. Do check that out. I hope you enjoyed the session. Thank you for attending the session and keep working hard. Keep analyzing your weak areas. Keep working hard on your weak areas. And I hope all of you do well in your exams. So all the very best. Thank you for attending the session. Right? Keep following our channel for this daily drill and all the very best, guys. Thank you.